Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Grounded. This is episode 15. Last time we made a little trip up to the picnic table before we went over and got the Broodmother recipe. And now I guess we are ready to go to the anthill, the Black Anthill. Let's grab our meals. I made 2 of these, one to use right away for the buff, and one to use when we get hungry again. We've got our Bratbursts. I made the bone trident because it does a little bit more damage than the mosquito needle, and it is, I think, the only stabbing weapon that can do stun. So we're going to use that as our ant-killing spear. Speaking of which, before I forget, we're also going to unequip Mithridatism. I can never pronounce that. And we are going to equip Ant Annihilator, because that'll give us bonus ant damage. Alright, I think we're about ready to go. I'm going to grab another stack of regular arrows, and I think I'll make a few more crow arrows, because we have a bunch of crow feathers. I keep finding more when I'm doing other stuff. So I'll make a few of these. The only thing we really need room for in our inventory is picking up marble and quartzite, because those are the main things we're going to find as rewards down there. And black ant parts, which we can use to repair our shield. Alright. My canteen is already full. You can see I now have 4 drops in here instead of 2, because I made the upgraded one. I guess there's also a tier 3 canteen, which I didn't remember, but it is also made with charcoal. So we're not going to be making that until we can survive the charcoal. To that front, I did unlock tier 3 fresh defense. You get this just by literally eating mint shards. So I ate some of the ones we had stored away to get it up to level 3, so it should slow down the sizzle buildup by 75%. We might be able to kind of hit and run to get ourselves a chunk of charcoal, but we're not going to try that right now. We're just going to head over to the Black Anthill. Alright. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot our healing items. Because I made a bunch of beefy smoothies, which should heal like half our health, maybe a little bit less than that per sip. So they're a lot more useful than the, crappy ones we were using before. Grab those out of here. Yeah, beefy green machine. We've got 20 of those. So we have plenty of heals, and we could actually make... There's one very useful smoothie that we haven't made yet. Human food. Oh, we don't have any cookie sandwich, but it gives you a defense buff. That's good for when you're fighting bosses or just having to clear a big room. So if we used our gum, we could make a sticky version of that that lasts twice as long, and that would do us good. Now, there is a weapon that I wanted to have, which is the one you get from the Broodmother, because it does generic damage, but the only way to get that is to make the oven in order to make the Broodmother BLT, and, we need charcoal for that, so I think we're just going to have to make do with not having the ideal weapon for one of the parts of the Black Anthill lab. The aggro on these guys is so weird, because there's some of them around my base that I can just walk past and they won't even attack me. But then sometimes they'll aggro from like 20 feet away. I don't know what their deal is. You know what else I forgot? I forgot the gas mask. I think fresh defense, though, will also gas resist. Yeah, I might use that just to get the, goopy, gassy garbage out of the way. Should protect us long enough for me to break it. And unlike the haze, there is no way to prevent that stuff from spawning. It will just constantly pop up around the garbage pile. I wish I knew how to get on top. I still don't actually know of a way to get up, because there is items up there, but you might have to build there from the sandbox. I don't know. Or there's just a way up there that I haven't seen yet. I'm gonna grab this sap so we can make a few bandages. We have some, but I'd like to have more as a backup, and I don't think I need the canteen on my bar. Honestly, I probably should have taken that off my bar a while ago, because I can just open my inventory if I need a drink. It's not like I need to drink in combat. But that way we can have the slow regen and the quick heal available. Alright. Did I actually finish the lean-to here? Because this is our respawn point, and I might not have actually built it. Nope. They didn't have clovers. There are clovers around here, though. There's a patch of them somewhere around this hose. I think they're over this way. But I also built, I think, another one over by that locked door we saw last time we were here. You know, the one that leads into the Black Anthill lab but has to be locked from, or unlocked from the inside. Okay, where are these clovers? There they are. I'm gonna grab a couple more, because we should probably build a lean-to right by the entrance. And every time, I forget exactly what materials. I think it's sprig plus clover, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these, because ideally, we want to put one in the desert as well, right by the exit to the anthill. I mean, really, you don't have to complete the anthill to go to the desert. We could just skip the anthill, run right through, and end up in the desert, which is what I did for my What's Update video. But there is some things we need out of the anthill for progress purposes. Like the BURG.L chip, the last super chip, which I believe is the one we need to make better upgrades. I'm gonna grab all these sprigs. I really don't think we're going to complete the lab in this episode, though. I think it's kind of a two-parter, just because it's a very large area. There's a lot of little paths you have to take to open up other doors, so it would be ambitious for me to try to complete it all in one. But we can get most of it, I think. Okay. Outpost number 1.
Aw, you guys got allergies.
Weevil base. Why are there so many weevils stuck here? What are you guys doing? So the anthill is over here to the left.
Fit as a pet.
Can we climb this? You might actually be able to... Nah. No, the garbage above it is too tall. We can't just go up the garbage. Alright, let's see how effective this gas resistance is. Alright, yeah, it's pretty slow damage. Gives us enough time to break that. I really wish this stuff would disappear eventually. I mean, it unloads whenever you're not close by, because even when I was building my zipline tower, whenever I would go up the tower, the planks would despawn, and I would hear them, like, fall back in when I jumped down. Also, I was wrong. This is not a chip. This is an orange peel. I definitely thought it was too big to be a chip, but from this side, that's what the texture looks like. Okay, the anthill should be right here, right? Yeah, it's kind of tucked away behind all the stinky stuff. I didn't bring a torch. God fucking damn it. I always forget one thing, and it has to be the one thing that I really needed. Okay, well, we can get most of that stuff here. Brass chunks. I mean, it's not that dark down here. We saw that there is lights because there is a lab in here. But I would like to have a torch for the dark areas because there's a few nooks and crannies. We're going to grab all this. Should have everything we need to make a torch, actually, for once. It's rare to have all 4 of the materials in one area. Alright, make the rope. And find that other grass chunk. So there should have been more than 2 in that whole thing. Yeah, there it is. Alright. Good, because I really didn't want to go back to base just for 1 fucking torch. Oh, I guess we'll put that on the axe slot, because there shouldn't be a lot of things we need to chop down here. Oh, I did bring a torch. Okay, never mind. Well, now we have 2. Crisis extra averted.
Let there be light!
So we mostly just have to fight the soldier ants down here. The worker ants will get involved, as we saw, whenever we commit crimes in front of them, but they won't attack us directly. I'm going to take this guy out because he's alone. So yeah, supposedly this thing can stun. Yep, there we go. And it actually uses a small enough amount of stamina that I can actually get the hits in once they're stunned, because whenever I use the club, I'm always out of stamina while they're stunned. Didn't have enough quartzite to upgrade it very much, though. I'm trying to go for the eyes, but they're so hard to hit. There we go. When he's stunned, I can walk over to the side and start stabbing him in the eye. Alright. Let's turn off our fresh defense and turn on our ant annihilator, so we can do a bit of extra damage. But you want to go, little ant? Yeah, this destroys the black ants, the little ones. We might just have to kill everyone here, though. They're just gonna keep coming from this spot. Black ants want you gone. Yeah, because we're in their fucking home killing them. Oh my god, they just keep coming. Is this the day shift or something? I'm gonna use one of our buffs. That ant is just like bouncing around. See, that attack I can never block. The little quick stab they do. Because the other ants don't do that. So I'm not used to it. We shouldn't have this much trouble later on, though, because this is like the main room where they all come out. Beyond here, they should leave us alone a little bit more often. And these guys did not see any of that, so they don't know that we just murdered all those ants. Oh man, there is so many more in here. Is it like the changing shift or something? They're all going up to the surface? Or did they just increase the number of ants in here in general? Now, you can also find black ant eggs. Oh, this guy knows, but he's trapped, so he can't do anything. You can find black ant eggs, but at least in the previous version I played, you, for whatever reason, could not use them to make Bratbursts. I think they just hadn't added the recipe, but maybe they're for something else now. I don't know. We won't know until we find one. Alright, where are we? This is not the lab area. I think the lab area is down the other path. This might be the path to the desert. Yep. Nope. Did we just go back out the way we came? How did I get that turned around? Oh, I must have looped from one tunnel back into the main room. No, there's only one way in. Well, anyway, we need to go down here. And now we're on the path to the lab. They really are everywhere.
Black Ant working away here.
Quartzite. I need this to upgrade the spear because I did not have enough to get it to level 5. And apparently, you can eventually get recipes that are not finite for each of the upgrade materials so that you can just make them out of other stuff. Like, I think you can use grub goop, or grub hide, rather, plus sap to make the quartzite upgrades, but you need the recipe for that, and I think you get that from one of the chips. Kind of like how later in the game, Elden Ring lets you just buy the upgrade materials. Okay, we have a lab room here with a bunch of taz.t's, but door's locked. We have to find another way in there. Trying to keep an eye out for quartzite. And I'm happy we have a torch because I'm realizing it is actually pretty fucking dark in most of this area. We're picking up a tooth. There is a milk molar nearby. I think there's also a bombable rock down here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So let's equip a Bratburst. Wait, did I get hit by that? He did the damage thing, but my health didn't actually move. Oh, I think I blew up an ant behind it. Oh no, he's just a soldier ant. He would have been mad anyway. Never mind. Clacking your mandibles at me. Alright, and here's the milk molar. Just a regular one. Wow, that one actually didn't take my frame rate. Maybe one of the recent patches actually fixed that. Something I noticed they did add in recent patches that I'm glad they did is a sort option, both for your inventory and for chests. So now you can finally get those disorganized boxes in order without having to shuffle them around every time by hand. Okay, that's the bombable spot, which means we came in from over there. So this is not the same lab area over here. Oh no, this is the other place. Or is this the main one? I can't tell. There's kind of like 3 main chambers that connect into labs. Just gonna avoid those 2. Probably not worth fighting every soldier ant, and holy shit, there's like 5 of them in this room. A bunch of apple bits. But we can actually get in this one. They might have changed the layout of this lab a little bit. There's an ant egg.
BURG.L Transcription Unit 90.5.1. Order number 43.
Do it again, BURG.L, for old time's sake.
What's that, Dr. Tully?
Play the old script.
Right away. Hello, and welcome to Roby's Classic Automated Burger Shop. My name is BURG.L, and I will be taking your order today. Perhaps I can interest you in the daily specials? My favorite is the Roby's 0.375 pounder with cheese, with a side of mammal-style fries.
That will do just fine, BURG.L.
Remember the Roby Burger motto. Make every day exponentially great.
So, with the bows, you don't actually have to make them elemental in their damage types. You can just make elemental arrows. BURG.L, we've reached a critical juncture with MIX.R research, and there's a very important task I must entrust you with. As you're aware, your 12-slot memory core is capable in holding a variety of data cartridges. I need you to download everything you can and write key research and lab data, especially redacted, to the enhanced gold super chips and everything else on the gray auxiliary chips. I've been testing the super chips privately since the Haze lab when suspicions arose that our central data stores may not be safe from outside eyes for very long. Should anything ever happen to your internal memory, you'll need to be aware these chips exist for retrieval, so file that amongst the deep pickle and mustard knowledge or whatever. I will handle the security of the super chips. Your task will be to stash the rest. Please be careful not to get carried away. This isn't an Easter egg hunt. Oh, and please try to behave around the assistant manager. It has submitted several incident reports to me.
No water filtration tablets needed.
Alright, we don't need this one feather, so I'm just going to leave that in there. I guess there's nothing else in that area. Marble. Oh boy, yeah, I don't want to fight this many, so I'm just going to kind of duck past them. B area is locked. We need to go back. We need to start with area A.
By the power of Helion, champion of the sun!
I'm not sure this bone spear is going to last too long. It's getting pretty busted up. Probably because I was blocking with it. Alright, so this is also a B door. So we have to find the B switch to open all the B doors. There is an area C, but I don't remember where it is. That's what I thought the other door was. But here is kind of the main chamber, the one I remember best.
Subterranean depths of the endless caverns, they found a most peculiar abandoned ruin.
Do you think Pete was the DM of their group? I assume they were Minotaurs and Myrmidons players. There's another B door. The A door should be over here somewhere. I'll take out these ants, though.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Quick chat.
Would you mind stopping that? Try using this.
I mean, they take good damage from arrows because they're weak against it. I'm trying to hit him in the eye. The problem is, because you can't manually reload, there's no way to interrupt the reload. Oh, that long wind-up. And then they have one that's much faster. These worker ants fuck off when they're dying. Oh no, you're not getting away. There's nowhere to go over there. I should probably use the stronger arrows, honestly. Use the crow arrows so we can hopefully one-shot some of these guys. I think if you hit the worker ants in the eyes, you can one-shot them with a regular arrow. So, with a good arrow, I should be able to take a chunk out of the soldier ant. It looks about the same. I don't know if there's a mutation that makes you eventually shoot faster. Alright, I'm gonna use our other meal, because our buff ran out.
Salt.
And we're getting hungry. Okay, there's an A door, but it's locked. I think we can get in over here. Ooh, this wasn't here before, I don't think. Pretty sure this was open before. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe it was just this side. Anyway, we're going to need a Bratburst here. Equip another one. And I'm going to use another bandage. Get that healing going, because there's a taz.t up here. That's locked as well. Somewhere around here is the switch. There's also a milk molar around here. Oh, nope. Now it's a field station. I think it's switched. I think they're both around here. Granola. MIX.R trial summary. Well, MIX.R development has been a bumpy road. I've successfully been able to produce a raw science concentrate, but the energy wave output is too strong for the containment field generator. It would seem that using a MIX.R is a single-use affair for the time being. I'll need to find a way to ramp up that unit production for the yields necessary to pursue my raisinification therapy experiments. To make matters worse, my laboratory has continued to be the focus of black ants. I suspect it has to do with the cacophony of these blasted machines at max power. Or maybe something is luring them here. Anyway, as usual, the odds are stacked against me. I mean, you also did build your lab in their fucking anthill, so it shouldn't be surprising that they're kind of annoyed by you. Black ants want Wendell gone. Now, these guys are, I think, resistant to most things except busting, but it's, I think, still more practical to just hit them with the spear than it is to... Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe against these, no? I was looking at the wrong one. I think maybe against these it is actually more effective to hammer them. But yeah, the hammer is not an effective weapon. It doesn't really have a combo. It's very slow. So it might actually be better to use a resistant weapon that attacks faster, because it kind of makes up the difference. Okay, got another scanner here. We have nothing to survey. Workbench if we need to build anything. I don't think I missed anything back here, though, right? Against the taz.ts, I think we'll use the sword. That way we're not running out of spear durability on something that it's not even effective against.
BURG.L has been behaving strangely. I have noted in some of our interactions that he has been taking liberties with my instructions besides his usual displays of incompetence. But just the other day, I heard him humming a tune about grilling. He thought I could not hear him, but I did. And I have told him again and again to eliminate that unnecessary function from his programming, and yet still I know he harbors secret thoughts of grilling. Oh. I was certainly right to isolate him from the experiments. One can only imagine how his malformed programming could be contaminating my research. I'll need to review my security protocols to make sure no further contamination occurs. The security cameras are now installed across the yard, and I've assigned BURG.L to overseeing taz.t and Archer operations. A little insurance that my progress on raw science enrichment doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Neither ominent, nor insect, nor robot will have access to my research now.
Oh, there we go. I didn't even see the scanner when we opened up the door. Alright, there's the switch for the A doors. I think there's only one other A door, though. It's that one.
BURG.L, I'd like to summarize the results of today's MIX.R trials.
Ready to take your dictation.
Trials 1 and 2 were aborted due to mechanical failure. Now, Trial 3. Trial 3 was interesting. Wait, BURG.L, what is that?
It looks like a gathering of ants.
Well, I can see that, but what... Shut down the facility! Close the blast doors! It appears that the mixer has agitated some of the local fauna, so... That's enough for today, BURG.L.
This is a big raw science. I don't think I can get this one, though. So yeah, they just seemingly pissed off the ants here and had to abandon base again. The insects really don't like his experiments everywhere he goes. Okay, so this is one of the useless potions. It doesn't actually have much of a buff. That's if you just use any of the non-recipes, just combine 3 random things. We're gonna use that just for the trickle regen. And it's sticky, so it should last for a little while. Okay, we got a bed here. So now we can set our respawn in here without having to run all the way back past the ants again. Here's our resource shelf. I don't think we need anything, though, at the moment.
Ugh. Worse than my mom's Brussels
Mint
sprouts.
shards, cookie sandwich bits. We could use those to... Oh. Where did all this aphid honeydew come from? I guess it was on this shelf. I was like, is there an aphid stuck in here somewhere? And I guess I've been saying the name wrong. It is actually just a taz.t, not a taz.t. They still make the, like, bug exploding sound when you harvest them. Security briefing. It's become all too clear, foggy as I may be as of late, that some upkeep is in dire need. Notes, blueprints, recordings, all foolishly out in the open. I never want to play tug-of-war with a soldier ant over important research ever again. I suspect even bigger forces are at work than just an upset colony. It's as though someone in the shadows is watching my every move. If Omninent has somehow caught wind of the devastating capabilities of mixer technology, well, it's high time for real security around here. I'm suspending activity on the project while I beef this lab up a smidge. Plans are drawn for repurposing of an old Roby's idea, the grumbling middle management unit. Their heavy-handed programming leaves room for improvement in the attitude department, and heaven forbid BURG.L ever have to interact with it. I can't begin to imagine the two of them blathering back and forth, let alone deal with any whimpering about installing leadership above him. He seems like the jealous type. Turing saved me. Anyway, to work. So yeah, pretty sure that Omninent was poking around in his yard. I guess he was probably, once he started raisoning, he was probably forced to stay tiny, so as not to accelerate the process. What does that ant
Got the science.
meal we got do? Oh yeah, thorns. So if they hit us, they take damage too. We could eat that, but our other buff hasn't run out yet. So I believe there is actually a door that you can only unlock by completing every one of the mixers. And the super mixers, which I haven't even seen. But at some point, we'll probably have to do those. Just plop down a turret next to them and defend them. Okay, we got the B doors open. Now, there was a B door back here. And there was another one over here. I believe the one we need to go to is the one directly under the first section we went in, where we opened up the rock. But I think there's a little bit of extra stuff over here. So we're mostly like 3/4 of the way through the ant lab now. It's actually not that big of an area, especially when you know where to go.
Taking a look.
Yeah, we get in there. Oh wait, no. None of this is important. It's just this door over here. Jump over the ant. Get the milk molar. Yeah, it looks like they don't really tank the frame rate anymore when you break them.
Fiat Lux!
What else we got? We got another bombable rock. Computer that's not important. And that's it. So whatever treasure is in here is behind this rock. I'm glad I made a couple more of these. So last time I went to the Red Anthill, I only found like 3 eggs because there were so many ants. And the only way to really change that is to try and get a bunch of them massacred by a stink bug or something. I was tempted to just drop a bomb right in the middle of them. See if I could take out a big group of them, but that seemed kind of wasteful when I was trying to make more bombs. And we're finding some anyway, so we're not really running out. Alright, I don't actually know where this door goes. Oh. We're just back here. Okay. It was just a shortcut. So I guess we just head up now and then jump down to the door. And we're all good. I thought there was a C door, but I could be wrong. Hop down here. Take another sip of water.
Don't even need to boil it.
And this should be the other big chamber I was thinking of. I still don't really understand what the point of these computers are. The ones that are locked away behind a wall that he could never reach. Maybe they're just storage. Alright, we're approaching a milk molar. So this is the room I remember, and that means we are nearly at the end
Black Ant, look out!
of the Black Ant lab already. Okay, let's see if we can take these guys on one at a time. I don't know if I can shoot through that. Thankfully, you can sprint and reload at the same time, but it uses stamina to reload. Pete's got to really, pull that string back. It's tough for a little boy like him. A little nerdy boy. Tablet. Okay, well, we got
I'm
one.
not scared.
Wow, bold Pete. Can actually stand next to this as a light source while we fight. I haven't actually unlocked any mutations for using spears, I think. Because I'm pretty sure the mutation is Javelin Linear. I might have early on, actually, when we were using the Headlet Spear, but I don't remember doing that. I think it would give us less of a bonus here, though, than just using Ant Annihilator. Grab that. One more. Man, I don't know if I'm just not hitting the eyes or if it doesn't actually do that much bonus damage. Okay. Take all our arrows back. Grab this Mega Milk Molar. Maybe we will actually do the boss after all in this episode, because I'll probably die, but it's not a very long boss if we do win. So it would be nice to be able to knock that out in this episode. Alright, I've got to be running out of space for these now. The super chip we need should be like right in that room.
Well, then raw science in my hands. What does it even mean?
So I'm pretty sure this is the room where the ants tried to break through before he closed the shutter. As you can see, the glass is all fucked up. And to get through it, we need another explosive. It would suck to come in here not knowing you need these. 'Cause you find a few, but I don't know if you find enough for everything you need to activate. Okay. You ready to fight a boss? The first boss we fought. This one is pretty tough, but I thought it was a cool fight when I did it for the first time. We'll just turn off the alarm. Management squad prepared for deployment.
You know, we're pretty good friends with BURG.L. Maybe we can talk this out.
So this is the assistant manager and his friends. He's like a super-powered version of the ACR. Alright, first things first, we need to take out his ass. He's not really that impressive looking, but he does have a battery strapped to his back. Turn down the vignette. You can see he has a lot of health. Oh, also, we should peep him.
One for the beast, Jerry.
But I believe he is resistant to every type of damage except busting. So it's kind of impossible to not use something ineffective against him. He has an elemental weakness, but we need the super chip here to make that elemental weakness, so there's not really a way to have that ahead of time. Okay, so now he does this big move, which is to activate this fucking laser pillar. So we either have to jump over it or duck under it, depending on which segment we're near. I think it's better with the lasers. They really kind of flash up the whole room. I think we can take him, though. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Ooh. Alright, let's top up my health. So now he will regularly activate that laser pillar. Whenever he does the big charge up like that. There's one more stage to this fight, but we want to make sure we're never at a part where the lasers cross over. His actual regular attack is pretty easy to avoid. Okay, is this... no. He has one more attack that's really annoying, and I keep trying not to get caught by surprise. Yeah, that one. So these electric things will zap you if you get anywhere near them. Which means when they're active at the same time as the laser, you really need to just, like, stay back against the wall. And he will always turn one of these back on. There's no point in this fight now where one of these things is not active. Now he's gonna activate the lasers too. I would rather get hit by the ball, though, than the electric thing. It does way more damage than the ball. Oh. Thought I had him there. Fuck you. Oop. It'd be really shitty to die to the lasers at the end of the fight. Okay, that went better than expected. He took me 4 or 5 tries when I did it the first time, when he was first added. He showed up in one of my What's Update videos, but I didn't actually beat him in the video. So yeah, that's the assistant manager. Gives us a bunch of raw science. He also gives us the assistant manager keycard, which can open up that little underwater area, but mainly you use it to open the rest of the Black Ant lab doors. That was fun. I'm glad I brought so many healing items, though, because I was definitely taking some hits there. Okay, explaining the mixers. I guess by this point in the game, though, you've probably, for most people, already activated the mixer, not knowing what it does, and then got fucked up by whatever wildlife is nearby. What is this? BURG.L, those blasted mixer devices are continuing to drive every creature in the area absolutely bonkers. We'll figure out concentrate collection later, but these must be moved far from here. I've drawn a rough map of potential locations up on the board. Each spot marked should be suitable for defense in the event the local creatures are just as huffy as our friends bearing down on the blast door. So I guess those spots are like where it's pulling raw science out of whatever dimension it comes from. Whatever quantum field it is concentrated from. We don't really know how it works. That's a lock. So yeah, if you didn't know where they are, you know, you can mark the remaining ones. I think we need to shut off the lockdown. Hello? Where'd they use it on the door, not the key slot?
The production of raw science concentrate has been, for better or worse, spread across
Look how wrinkly he's
the
gotten.
yard. Given the unseen hands that move against me, it seems that no precaution is too much. No suggestion from my paranoid psyche too preposterous. What a pathetic state of affairs. Overrun by an enraged ant colony, and here I stand, naked, to the unblinking eyes spying upon my every move. Layers of abandonment and failure, like a frumpy, naked failure onion. But who sheds a tear for us, BURG.L? Is it the onlookers in the shadows? Is it whomever stumbles upon our toilings down here in the muck? This should please you all. Dr. Wendell Tully, humbled again. Well, enjoy your laughs, cruel winds of fate. But this onion has one more stink left to make. And sorry, old friend, but I'm going it alone. Deleting data stores and running lab lockdown procedures. Wendell out.
I guess this is actually just the, base of one of the mixer machines, with one of those on top normally. So this door here must be the one then that is locked until you activate all of the mixers and complete their defense. Let's grab the super chip. And now we've gotten all of the original super chips that we were tasked with collecting. So that about wraps up the Black Anthill lab. That was pretty smooth. I actually really did think it would take longer. Thought we'd have another two-parter, because I did a two-parter video on the Black Anthill when it was first added, but that also included the desert, which this path should take us to. So I'm gonna have to head back to base and unload some of this crap. But at least... Wait. Oh, this is this door. That's convenient. Okay, we won't go to the desert in this episode. We'll save that for next time. But yeah, that was a fun one. I hope you enjoyed our little boss fight. I really had thought we'd do the Broodmother before Assistant Manager, but he wasn't as tough as I remembered. So, until the next one, thank you for joining me for our adventures, and we will have to go see BURG.L at some point next time as well. But until then, y'all take care.